All right, class. So today is Thursday, the 18th, and we are going to finish off where we left yesterday. Remember, we worked on the slope activity, and it was on page 13 in our interactive notebook. Okay, 13 in our interactive notebook. All right, so this is what you're going to do. I have this sheet. I'm going to walk you through with this. If you did not, draw this side back. Please draw the side back. This line was missing on the sheet, so make sure that you draw that. Follow directions. If you need to rewind the video, please rewind the video. Make sure that you get everything done that's in this video, okay? So that you can submit everything. You can either submit it on your own today, or you can submit tomorrow on Friday. So the very first thing that we're gonna do, I'm not gonna cut it out. I'm gonna solve the problems first, okay, and put the answer right beside it, and then cut it out and match them, okay, because that'll probably be easier. All right, so here we go. The first one that let's do this one right here, okay? All right, so -6 and 9. So this is the first one I'm gonna do, -6, comma 9, and 7, comma -9. All right, so first thing you do is label. This is x1, y1. This is x2, y2. Remember, that's the very first step when solving, when finding the slope between 2 points. Then you're going to rewrite the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, and then we're going to substitute. Okay, so on the top, y2 is this number right here, -9. Minus is a part of the formula. Y1 is 9 here. On the bottom, x2 is 7. Minus is a part of the formula. X1 is this -6. Okay? So here, remember, I told you you can type this in. If you don't remember this by heart, you can type this in. We got -9 minus 9, and that gives you, sorry, -9 minus 9, that gives you 0. -9 minus 9, that gives you a -18. I don't know why I said 0. And then here, this is 13. This is already reduced. If we didn't know, got -18 divided by 13, and press the math button. You see the math button here? Math. And then you can press enter because you want to just make sure the fraction is reduced. Enter and enter again. So enter twice. And the fraction is reduced. So this is the answer for that first one. All right, so you see right here, this one right here, the answer for this one is -18 over +13. All right, so I did that one. So now let's do this one, okay? All right. So the next one that we're gonna do is this one right here. Put a dot right here. This is the next one that I'm gonna do. -19, -6. So we got -19, comma, -6, and then +15 and 16. So we're gonna do the same thing again. Label x1, y1, first point, x2, y2, second point. We're going to use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so here we go. On the top, y2 is 16. Minus is a part of the formula. Y1 is a -6. On the bottom, x2 is 15. See that? Minus is a part of the formula. X1 is -19. Okay? So here, minus a negative is plus a positive. Okay? Or you can type it in. I keep saying that. You got 16 minus a -6, and that gives you a positive 22 on the top. And then this again is plus a positive, or we type it in. 15 minus a -19, and that gives us a positive 34. All right, we want to reduce our answer. We can Reduce our answer, 22 divided by 34. Press the math button and press enter twice. That's 11 over 17. Okay, so here we're going to put right above here, we're going to write this answer 11 over 17. Okay, all right, this is the answer. So let's go to the next one. Let's do A. Let's put a dot here. I'm going to do this one next. Okay, so we have negative 12, comma, negative 5, 0, comma, negative 8. So let's label x1, y1, x2, y2. Don't forget to show your work in your notebook, okay? The formula again is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Please write the formula every time. On the top, y2 is negative 8 minus y1 is negative 5. On the bottom, x2 is 0. Minus is a part of the formula. x1 is negative 12. Pause if you need to, okay? Please pause if you need to. All right. So here, this is plus a positive there. So this is going to give me a negative 3. Type it in if you need to. Plus a positive, this is going to give me 12. Remember, if you need to reduce, negative 3 divided by, you see 12. You see how I wrote that in? Press math, enter, and that's negative 1/4. Negative 1 over 4. So here, the answer to this one is negative 1 over 4. Okay? All right, so let's go to the next one. Let's do this one right here. Let's do this one. This is C. Let's do this one. All right. So we have negative 20, comma, negative 4, negative 12, comma, negative 10. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. The formula, Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. All right, so on the top, go down a little bit. Okay. On the top, your Y2 is negative 10 minus your Y1 is a negative 4. Okay. So on the bottom, this is, let's see, we got, on the bottom, we got X2, which is negative 12, minus X1, which is negative 20. Okay? So here, this is plus a positive, so this gives me negative 6 up top. Please type it in if you're not sure. Plus a positive, this is going to give me 8 on the bottom. Reduce, look, negative 6 divided by a positive 8, math, enter. That's negative 3 over 4. Negative 3 over 4. Okay? So for this one, right here, is a negative 3 over 4. Okay? Negative 3 over 4. All right. Let's go to the next one. Okay. The next one that we could do, let's do this one down here. Okay? Let's do this one down here. So we got 12 and 2. Let's do 12, comma 2. And negative 7, comma, positive 5. Label is first x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, write the formula. Write the formula for slope. This honestly helps you remember it. It just does. You know, on the top, your y2 is 5. Minus is a part of the formula. Your y1 is 2. On the bottom, x2 is negative 7. Minus is a part of the formula. X1 is 12. Okay? So here, this gives you 3 on the top. And this, remember, this is going to give you a negative 19. Okay? All right, so reduce. It's already reduced. So we got negative 3 over 19. So I'm going to write that here, the answer right above. Let's say negative 3 over 19. It doesn't, this makes the whole fraction negative, okay? So don't get hung up of why you put it here instead of putting it there. It's the same thing, okay? One of them is negative. It's going to make the whole fraction negative. All right, so let's do this one now, okay? Let's do this one. We're still on B. Let's do this one. Okay. So our ordered pair is negative 3, comma, positive 1, negative 17, comma, positive 2. Label x1, y1, x2, y2. The formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. All right, on the top, you got 2 minus 1. On the bottom, you have negative 17 minus negative 3. So on the top, when you do this, it's 1. And on the bottom, when you do this, it's negative 14. Okay, so it's negative 1 over 14. So this one is negative 1 over 14. That's what this answer is, okay? Let's do the next one. This is done. Okay, let's go to G. Let's do this one right here, okay? This one right here. Negative 4 and 7. So we got negative 4, comma 7, okay? And negative 6, comma negative 4. All right, again, we label. Can you label? X1, Y1, X2, Y2, okay? Write the formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Pause if you need to, okay? Pause if you need to. So then M on the top, this gives you negative 4 minus 7, okay? And then x2 is negative 6. Minus is a part of the formula, negative 4. All right, you should be getting kind of the hang of it. This is going to be plus a negative, that's negative 11, okay? Plus a positive, this is going to be a negative 2, okay? A negative divided by a negative is going to make this 11 over 2, positive 11 over 2. So we got positive 11 over 2 for this one, okay? So this right here is 11 over 2. That's that answer. All right, so let's do the one on this side, this problem. This one right here. 3 and negative 20. Let's do this one. 3 and negative 20, comma, 5 and 8. Write the formula. Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1. It helps you remember it. It really, really just does, okay? All right, label X1, Y1, X2, Y2. We're doing the same thing every time, okay? Your M on the top. Your Y2 is 8. Minus is a part of the formula. Your Y1 is negative 20, okay? X2 is 5. Minus is a part of the formula. X1 is 3. Okay, so we have minus a negative. Type it in if you don't remember how to do it. That's going to be 28. 5 minus the 3 is going to be 2. Okay, then when you divide, this gives you what? 14. Okay, so your answer here is going to be 14. Okay. Write this in. Where are we at? Gotta find it. 3 and 20. Where did I leave off at? 3 and 20. Right here, this was 14. Okay, so this answer is 14. All right, so I did that one. So this one is the one that's left. All right. So let's finish this one up. I think this is this is the last one, ain't it? Mm-hmm. All right. So we got 19 comma 3, and 20, comma 3. Okay. All right. So label x1, y1, x2, y2. The formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So now let's substitute. On the top, y2 is 3. So this is going to be this on there. Pause. I need some lead. All right. So on the top, you're going to get 3 minus 3. On the bottom, y2, 20 minus 19. So this is going to be 0 on the top and 1 on the bottom. So the answer is just 0. Okay. So for this one, the answer is 0. All right. So I think we've answered them all. So now what you're going to do is take your scissors. And cut these all the way off. Okay. I'm gonna pause so I can cut. Okay, so now I got all of these cut out. So we got A. Let's start with A first. Look, the answer to A is negative 1 over 4. So let's find that answer. It's not on B. This one, negative 1 over 4. It's not I. It's not the F one. Okay, not that one. So looking, negative 1 over 4 is right here. Do you see it? That's on G. You see, negative 1 over 4. So match it. These two go together. All right. Okay, so now let's look for this one. This answer on the side is 11 over 2. So let's look for 11 over 2. It's not this one. It's not that one. 11 over 2. This is, no, that's not right. 11 over 2. Looking for 11. Let's see. This is 11 over 17. That's what I changed. That's not right. That's 0 there. This 11 over 2 right here, D. So find D. 11 over 2 matches with this side over here. Okay. Look at all the sides. Oh, this is 0. So let's find that. I think I saw 0 somewhere. This is 0. See? That's 0 there. Okay. Oh, this one is negative. This is negative 1 over 14. So find that one. Negative 1 over 14 is C. So match that up with this. That's right there. Okay. This is negative 3 over 4 right here. So let's do negative 3 over 4 is this one right here. Okay. Which also matches with this 11 over 17 right there. Okay. And then let's look at this is negative 3 over 19. This is negative 3 over 19 right here. Okay. And this one, is there a 14 somewhere? 14. Is there, 14 is right here. That's 14 right there. And then this one is negative. Okay, and that's at the top right here. So F is at the top. Oh, I don't know how I lucked up with it turning that way. Because I did not know that it was going to do that. But it's all to the good because it's right. It's right. It's right. Okay. And so now I'm going to paste this down just like this. All right. Let's slide this over. So look at that. Move this thing out the way. Yep. I'm going to paste this down just like this. This is the right order. F. Then we got A, I, C. E is on the end right here. G, D, B, and an H. I'm going to pause for the call so I can paste. Okay, so I pasted it down. So when you turn in this particular assignment, it's slope activity at the top. you're going to take a picture of this page and all of the work that you did. You're going to take a picture of this page and all of the work that you did. Your work, not mine, okay? And then you should have your puzzle already pasted down at the end. So again, that's page 13. So now we're going to move on. There is a sheet that I gave you, and it looks like this sheet right here. It's graphing. And then there's another sheet. Let me make sure I have it. There's another sheet that I gave you that looks like this. Okay? So we're going to do this sheet first. So this is the sheet that we're doing first. Okay? All right. So this is going to be on page. I'm going to make sure I got it right. 14. This is page 14. Excuse me. And this is finding slope of a line or the equation. Finding slope of the equation is what we're going to say. So this is page 14. This is Q2. And this is page 14. Finding slope of an equation. Okay? And it's a linear equation. And I need to be precise. And don't forget, look, linear equations form straight lines, okay? So that's something super duper important to remember. Linear equations, write these notes down. Linear equations are equations that graph straight lines, are equations that graph straight lines. Okay, they graph straight lines. All right, so let's suppose that you have the equation, and your equations are, all of these equations are going to be written in slope intercept form. So slope intercept form is how an equation looks. This is what the equation will look like. Okay, the equation will look like this. You have y is equal to, and you'll have a number attached to x. M is the slope. You have a number attached to x plus b, which is going to be your starting amount, okay, or your y-intercept. So m and b are numbers. These are numbers. This is your number for slope, and this is your number for the y-intercept or starting amount. That's another name for it. Okay. All right. So let's do it. This is going to be so easy. All right. So let's do an example. It's going to be simple, y'all. It's going to be so simple. All right. In this first example, and I'm getting my examples from this page right here on the bottom part of this page. Okay. So first example, we have y is equal to negative 5x minus 1. My slope is going to be the number that is attached to x. So my slope here, the number that's attached to x is negative 5. So m is equal to negative 5. B, or the y-intercept, is going to be negative 1. That's easy, ain't it, y'all? Number 2, okay? We have y is equal to 1 over 3 x minus 4. Okay, so my m is going to be the number that's attached to the x. That's this number right here, 1 over 3. My b, or my y-intercept, is going to be the number that is not attached to any variable at all. So that's going to be negative 4. This is my slope. This is my y-intercept. See? Simple. Number 3. Excuse me. Y is equal to 1 over 5 x minus 4. Again, my m, or my slope, is equal to the number that is attached to x. So my m here is 1 over 5. That's my m. My y-intercept, though, is the number that has no variable attached to it. So that's going to be my negative 4. That's my starting amount. Okay, or my y-intercept. Same thing. Number 4. Let's suppose that I have just x is equal to 1. If I have x is equal to 1, this is how these lines go through the x-axis. You find 1 on the x-axis and you draw a line through it. Look, this line is a vertical line. Vertical lines have undefined slope. So anytime you see x is equal to a number, you see an equation like this, the slope, m, is always going to be undefined. X is equal to 5. X is equal to 7. X, if that's all it is, the slope of that line is going to be undefined. Okay? All right, number 5. Number 5. Y is equal to 2 over 3x minus 1. Your m here is equal to 2 over 3, the number that's attached to the x, and your b is the number that has no variable attached to it, which is negative 1. This is your m, your slope, and this is your b. Okay? All right, so these are the ones that, that's all I want you to do there is that one. Now, these are the ones I want you to do on your own. Okay? So this is page 14 continued. And this is number 6. So number 6 is y is equal to 4x plus 18. Label what your m is and what your b is, okay? Number 7. Let's do this one. Y is equal to, let's do 10 plus 7x. Label your m and label your b, okay? Number 8. X is equal to 15, okay? What is your m and what is your b? Number 9. Y is equal to 6. Just y is equal to 6. That's it. Let me make it look like a 6, okay? It doesn't look like a 6. All right. And number 10, y is equal to a negative x plus 4. All right. Pause the video and see if you can answer what the m and the b is of each of these problems. Okay. And I'm going to put this in boxes so that it's easier to read, because it looks a little wacky. Okay. All right. So let's see what you got. For m, you should have gotten 4, the number that's attached to x. For b, you should have gotten 18. Number 7, you should have gotten, for m, you should have gotten 7. That's the number that's attached to x. And for b, you should have gotten 10. For this one, remember, it's just like this one right here. It's going to be a vertical line. Anytime you have x is equal to, it's a vertical line. So this is undefined slope. Undefined. And there is none. It does not go through the y-axis at all. Okay? For this one's a little tricky. There is no slope here. Okay? The slope here is going to be 0. Why? Because look, you graph y is equal to 6, find 6 on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it goes through the y-axis. This is a flat line. So m here is equal to 0 because it's a flat line. It's a vertical line. Anytime you have y is equal to any number, just one single number by itself, it's going to have 0 slope. Where does it go through the y-axis? Well, it's y is equal to 6, so it goes through 6. That's the y-axis. Number 10, the number that's automatically in front of x is a negative 1, so that's my slope. And my b here is 4. Okay, good job. All right, so now we're moving on to 15. So what I want you to do with this page right here, paste this down. This is page, let's paste this on page 14, okay? So I'm gonna fold this like this, fold it halfway, and then fold it one more time, just like that, so that I can paste it down here on the bottom, and I can still, open it up and see it. So I'm gonna put glue on the back. Let's see. Put glue. Yeah. on this back right here. So that way, when I open it up, I can still read. Okay. So now we're doing 15. Page 15. 15, we're going to graph equations. Okay, pause if you need to, okay? Q1 and, I'm sorry, 2. Lord have mercy, quarter 2. This is going to be page 15. And we are graphing here. Graphing linear equations. Okay. All right, remember, a linear equation are equations that graph straight lines. Linear equations that graph straight lines. Equations that graph straight lines. That when you graph them, it's going to be a straight line. Okay? How do you graph a linear equation? So, how do you graph a linear equation? All right. Okay, so these are my steps. This is how you do that. Okay, this is how you do that. Steps. Step number 1. Equations have to be written in slope-intercept form. Okay, equations must be in slope-intercept form. And remember, slope-intercept form looks like this. You have y is equal to, just like on the previous page, you have a number attached to x, and then you have plus or minus a number that's by itself, which is b. So this is the slope, and this is the y-intercept. That means it crosses the y-axis, okay? Step number 2. You're going to graph the b, or you're going to graph the y-intercept on the y-axis. So graph b, or y-intercept, on y-axis. Very, very simple. And the last step is to use the slope, use m, slope, to plot other points. And then all you're going to do is connect all your points. Connect points. And it's going to form, of course, it's going to form a straight line. Okay? Of course, it's going to be a straight line. We're going to use these directions to graph the equations that are on this page. Okay? All right, we won't get all of these done. We're going to just do a couple, and then that's it, okay? And then I'll finish the rest of them. I'll finish the rest of them tomorrow. All right, so let's look at these. Okay, so first step, this is written in y equals mx plus b form. It already is. So we have our m, which is this number that's attached to the x, is 2. Okay. How do you write 2 as a fraction? You put a 1 under it. So this is rise, this is run. Okay. That's what you do. The b is the number that has no variable attached to it. So b here is -3. Let it marinate. So you got m is the number that's attached to x, and b is the number that has no variable attached to it. So that's -3. That's it right there. So now the second step is going to be to graph this y-intercept on the y-axis. This is -3. -3 is 1, 2, 3. It's right here. So now you're going to use the slope, your rise over run, to put points on the line. So start here at -3. And look at this. Your rise is positive 2, so go up 1, 2. Your run is positive 1, so go over 1. Rise 1, 2. Run 1. Put your point here. Rise 1, 2. Run 1. Put your point here. Okay? And this is your line. Okay? Let's do number 2. And if you need to rewind, rewind. Same thing. M, the number that's attached to the X. This is negative 3. Write it as a fraction, so you have rise over run. How do you write an integer as a fraction? All you got to do is just put a 1 under it if it's not already a fraction. Top number is the rise. Bottom number is the run. Label your B. Your B is the number that has no variable attached to it. That's a positive 2. Okay, that's all you do first. Label your M and your B. The next thing is you're going to graph 2, find 2 on the y-axis. This is the y-axis right here. Positive 2 is up from the origin, 1, 2. This is your starting point. This is your y-intercept. Now you're going to use rise over run. Look at what rise is saying this time, negative 3. So that means down 3, positive 1, to the right 1. So down 3, 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1 time. 1, 2, 3, and to the right 1 time. And this is your line. Extend your line, put arrows at the end, okay? All right, so let's do this one. Again, your M is the number that's attached to the X. You have 1 over 2. 1 over 2. It's already a fraction. Yay! You have a rise over a run already. B is the number that has no variable attached to it. That's negative 5. So now you're going to find negative 5 on the y-axis. It's your y-intercept. So find negative 5 on the y-axis. That's from the origin. You go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is negative 5. Now you're going to use your slope. What does your slope say? From this point, you're going to go rise 1. So that's up 1 and to the right 2. So let's go up 1 and to the right 1, 2. Put your point here. Up 1 and to the right 1, 2. You always go until you just run out of space, okay? That's how you know how many points to put on a line. Just go until you run out of space. All right, let's look at number 4. Your M here is, you see how this whole fraction is negative? We'll make one of them negative and one's going to be positive. Because if you do both negative, then it's going to make it negative divided by negative is going to be a positive. So only one of these is negative. So put negative 2 on the top, positive 3 on the bottom. This is your rise. This is your run. B is the number that has no variable attached to it. That's 4. Okay? So now, here you go. Find 4 on the y-axis. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now use the slope. Rise, that's negative 2. So that means go down 2 and to the right 3. Rise is negative 2. So go down 2 and then the right 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, and you're out of space. So this is all you can do right here. Make sure that you put arrows at the end of your lines, okay? All right. These are the 4 examples that I want you to have. So now I want you to paste this on page 15. This is page 15, okay? And we won't do these. We won't do 6, 5, and 6. You can mark those out. Or you can cut them off. Because if you cut them off, then you'll have enough space to kind of like paste these down because you can fold it. I'm going to fold it this way, and then I'm going to fold it down. So that way I can paste it at the bottom of my page and I can still see everything. I'm just going to paste this little corner right here. I'm just going to put glue in the small corner so that I can lift my page and still see everything. I'm making a mess a little bit because I want to be able to lift my page. I want to be able to lift this and still see. So I'm going to just put glue right here. That's it. You can be creative about how you put this on that page. Or you can just paste and put it on the other page. Okay, I just didn't want to waste paper. Okay, and I can still you know, hold it. I can still kind of see. I just open it up, multiple ways and I can still see. Okay. All right. So that's it. You can work on your I ready it this time. Okay. If you need to fast forward the video or rewind the video, please do so. Have a wonderful and amazing day. Please be nice. Please be nice, because just be nice, because God is good. Just be nice. All right. Love you. See you tomorrow. Bye.